So here's a good rule of thumb for you. Now, hello, Neil used a word which means this doesn't apply in all situations because, it can't. He used that word rule of thumb. So this may not apply to you, but it's a very good rule of thumb, all right? So let's just go through it. Let's suppose you've got a product selling on Amazon for $20. So what is the breakdown of that $20? There we go. So here's our breakdown. 25% of the RRP price, in this case it was $5, is the price of the product, which includes the cost to ship it to Australia, for instance, or the USA, no matter where you're shipping. Typically it's about 25% all in for that, okay? So $5 in this particular situation. Next up, your next little one is 25%, which we pay to Amazon. That's in the form of FBA fees, so the fee that Amazon charges us to send our products out, and also in the commissions that we pay to Amazon for each sale that we make. So two fees, FBA fees, that's your storage and shipping and pick and pack fee, and then the commissions, which is between 8 and 12%, depending on the category, that we pay to Amazon. Typically that whole lot comes to about 25%. So it's another $5 in this little example that we put together. Then we have 25% for marketing. So whether that's to launch your product on Amazon, you may give away some of your product to do that, of course, or you may discount it heavily, whatever it might be, or you may spend some money on Facebook or Google or something like that. If you're doing ongoing marketing, you might be doing Amazon PPC. Who knows what you're doing, but if we say it's 25%, that gives us a bit of wiggle room as well, and that you will see with your Maths 101 leaves us 25% for net pre-tax profit. So that's the money that we get into our bank account that we then have to pay our tax on to the Australian government. That is a very, very good rule of thumb. A very, very good rule of thumb. Now, my own current rate, and it hovers and oscillates between 32 and 36% net pre-tax profit, depending on what I'm going on, something like that. That's because that figure there is in constant flux. Constant flux. Sometimes I'm launching products, so my costs go up. Other times I'm consolidating my products, so my costs go down. Other times I'm experimenting with new ideas, so my costs are up. Other times I've perfected my systems and strategies, costs are down. So that fluctuates all the time. But typically, I'm going to actually just say it's between that kind of figure, around that 35% kind of mark for my net pre-tax profit. So if you were doing, for instance, $1 million a year on Amazon, then you would expect to be banking around about, or getting ready to pay tax on, around about 350K, for instance. That's been pretty consistent with my Amazon business from the get-go. Certainly the last 4 years, as I've mastered more and more of the Amazon game, it's tended to hover around that point. So, Joe, I'm not sure if that helps you, but that's what I'm currently doing in terms of my own rule of thumb. So when I think about pricing a product, I'm thinking, well, my cost of my product, including my shipping, typically represents around about 25% of my final sales price. I always want to be in the top 10% of prices on Amazon. So if I look at all my competitors and I see the range of prices for a product is between 20 and 40, then I will price in the top 10% always. And of course, you've got to have the quality there and also the quality of your listing there as well. but I'll always price in that price point. If I can, I like to play a game where I'm the most expensive person and I'm making sales. That's the game I like to play. Better to do that than try and be the cheapest. Being the cheapest, it's a mug's game. You'll very quickly go out of business. But that's what I do anyway, Joe. Hope that helps, mate. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.